For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
How long will the people be asked to stay at the stadium, which passes for a health institution? Another question being asked by another individual. How can an election be considered fair when one man knows the date? All that and more between now and 2 o'clock this afternoon on this, the most monitored talk show in the world, NewsSpin, is on the NewsSpin Facebook page, as well as TuneIn, Radio Garden, and Power 97.9 FM, along with the NewsSpin YouTube channel. Don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to help the channel grow. During the course of the broadcast, as usual, your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. Amanda is not with us today, so I will have to go through, if that's possible, I have to go through some of the comments in the chat room on Facebook as well as YouTube and share it with the wider audience. So a few months before the island's next general election, as was the case in 2021, we are still focusing on St. Jude Hospital. And what we're going through right now, that shameful experience. Again, it appears, based on what we're hearing, that the Prime Minister might call elections before the end of this year, that the hospital will not be fully commissioned to accept patients who are now housed at the George Odlum Stadium, along with the staff of the hospital. And they both have been operating under stressful conditions. And every time they are hopeful that the pain could be relieved somewhat, they have to face the reality of having to stomach that bad experience that they have gone through over 16 years now. Yeah, that painful experience. They have to go through it. And we have to honor the staff of the St. Jude Hospital for working under such stressful conditions. We also have to pay tribute to the patients convalescing under those conditions. That is not conducive for your pain to be assuaged and for you to recuperate under less than stressful conditions. And I might be ahead of my time in terms of, or ahead of myself, in terms of already anticipating that general elections will be called on the island and St. Jude Hospital will not be commissioned. Because, as we know, the elections are due in July and the Prime Minister still has a grace period of 3 months. So elections can be called in October. And one can imply, one can anticipate that between now and October, the St. Jude's Hospital can be completed and commissioned. But we are hearing that the Prime Minister is under pressure to set a date because certain candidates believe that the window for them to win their seat is closing on them. Now, that's not confirmed. That's what I'm hearing coming from the bosom of the St. Lucia Labour Party. Might be true, might not be true. So I'm saying to you, they're not being confirmed. And we know how politicians like to place the priority on winning elections and when they get into office, retaining power. So it's all about strategy. It's all about coming up with the correct ploys, if you want to call them that, and methodologies to ensure that you win an election and you retain that power. So if it calls for you to state the elections or organize it to get underway in October because you believe you'll have an advantage and not commission the St. Jude Hospital, then which one you think that you would be adhering to? Which strategy? Let us hear from Miss Emma Hippolyte. You'll hear from her while she was in opposition, followed by comments by the Prime Minister of St. Lucia that were made just a few days ago. But this is Auntie Emma, July of 2021.
In pursuit of a truly functional national healthcare system, we will complete and commission St. Jude Hospital within 1 year. We will complete and commission St. Jude Hospital within 1 year.
I just want to tell you that St. Jude as a building is fine. St. Jude as a hospital has to get commissioned. So our promise is to give you the building. He said so.
In pursuit of a truly functional national healthcare system, we will complete and commission St. Jude Hospital within 1 year. We will complete and commission St. Jude Hospital within 1 year.
I just want to tell you that St. Jude as a building is fine. St. Jude as a hospital has to get commissioned. So our promise is to give you the building. He said so.
So you heard the Prime Minister, but before him you heard from the candidate for Soufrière and the Commerce Minister, Emma Hippolyte, speaking in July of 2021. We will not only complete the hospital according to her, we will also commission the hospital, meaning the hospital will be fit for purpose. And the patients and staff will be relocated there, because if it is commissioned, it is in a state of readiness to accept, to welcome the patients, and also to welcome the staff. But the Prime Minister, very clear in telling you, we will deliver the building to you. That's what we will do, which basically amounts to office space. Still on St. Jude's, it was in 2020 that there was a sitting of the House of Assembly, and a debate took place, and there was a motion to borrow US $20 million for St. Jude Hospital. That was in 2020. This would have been during the reign of the United Workers' Party administration. And there was Alva Baptiste in opposition, MP for Labrie, chastising the then administration for failing to open the hospital. Let's hear from Mr. Alva Baptiste speaking in the island's parliament. I think we have another Alva Baptiste, so we'll play the other one where he's basically chastising the United Workers' Party. Let's listen now.
Now, Mr. Speaker, I end on that note. How long will those people stay? Almost 4 years since you took office. People have died due to inadequate facilities and equipment at the Stadium Hospital, and your failure to complete and commission St. Jude's Hospital. Countless families can relate to incidents of losing loved ones prematurely because scans and other diagnostic equipment were not available to facilitate timely diagnosis and treatment. It is now almost 4 years since you took office. People have died due to inadequate facilities and equipment at the Stadium Hospital, and your failure to complete uncommissioned St. Jude's Hospital. Countless families can relate to incidents of losing loved ones prematurely because scans and other diagnostic equipment were not available to facilitate timely diagnosis and treatment.
2020, about 5 years ago, whilst in opposition, Mr. Alva Baptiste was pressuring the incumbent, and rightly so, complete the hospital and have it commissioned so that the misery that the patients are going through along with the staff, that misery can end. They have been going through it for 16 years, from 2009. Now we are in 2025, and we are hearing from the Prime Minister that the hospital will not be commissioned. What we're delivering to you is the building. The building will be completed, but it will not be commissioned. I am predicting that if the Prime Minister decides to set the date for the elections and announce it on Sunday, as is being anticipated, and it is being called for before the end of this year, that St. Jude again will be a campaign issue, as it ought to be. I'm not saying that it ought to determine the outcome of the island's next general election. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not setting the agenda. But I'm just saying that it ought to be an issue, again, to be litigated. And that definitely will be a shame. 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now we are in 2025. And who knows? 2026, 2027, 2028, the hospital will not be completed. Talking uncommissioned. Talking about elections. According to the St. Lucia Times, former acting Prime Minister says election winner too early to call. And I think they meant former interim Prime Minister, because they're making reference there to Dr. Michael Pilgrim. And the story reads, at the moment, and we have a photograph of Dr. Michael Pilgrim, we'll put it on. At the moment, I think it is too early for me to make a call as to who will win the elections, Mikey Pilgrim said in an interview with St. Lucia Times. Pilgrim was the deputy political leader of the now defunct Progressive Labour Party, served as interim Prime Minister of St. Lucia from January to May of 1982. He says, however, that he was expressing a personal view when he spoke on November the 4th. The elections will be keenly contested, he says. The last time there was a swing towards the Labour Party. This time, I think everything has been settled now, and the electorate now will have to sit down, think, and decide which party, in their opinion, will be the best party to run this country in the years ahead. While he offered a general take on the pending general election, while he believed to be held before the end of this year, he says he would prefer commenting after the Prime Minister has given the date. So according to Dr. Michael Pilgrim, at the moment it is too early for him to make a call as to who will win the upcoming general election. But there are some people, based on their preference, based on their support for a particular political party, will tell you the party of choice will win the upcoming general election. People tell you that the SLP, for example, will win all 17 seats. There are some people who tell you that the United Workers' Party will win the upcoming general election. I don't pretend to be a clairvoyant. I cannot predict what will happen. I'm anticipating a result, and believe you me, I cannot tell you whether it will be the SLP that will be returned to office or whether it will be the UWP. Let's wait and see what will happen, because we still have to wait for the announcement by the Prime Minister. And believe you me, there could be a few surprises. We have been surprised before. And I do not believe that there should be a rush to predict and to anticipate and to envision which party will win the next general election. You can say what you would like to see. You would like to see the St. Lucia Labour Party return to office or hold on to power. You would like the United Workers' Party to return to office. I don't think polls have been conducted. Maybe the respective political parties have conducted their polls. They might have an idea. And there are even instances where you cannot even put all your confidence in what the pollsters tell you, because a number of people sometimes, they mislead the pollsters or they do not cooperate with the pollsters. And St. Lucians, I'm telling you, they are very unpredictable, and we have a tendency to take the St. Lucian public for granted. We have been surprised before. Anything could happen. 452-2979, 452-2979, your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, 716-2026. It's a good time to hear from you right now. Somebody says via WhatsApp, "Hi Tim, SLP stand for the St. Lucia Liars Party. They can never keep to their promises to the people of St. Lucia. St. Lucians take note, red or yellow. The government has failed us all big time." That's according to a WhatsApp message. Let's see if we have a call on the landline. In the meantime, somebody says, "Hi, good day. What I see already, if Labour wins, first person they will not see is Lisa." Okay, another WhatsApp message, and somebody says there via WhatsApp, "Correct me if I'm wrong, the Minister for Tourism said there will be 8,000 tourists coming into our country. Tim, I only hope it's not white people, because the Minister for Housing had a lot to say about white people. We should be expecting 8,000 black people, because according to him, we do not want white people to enslave us. We do not want history to repeat itself." We have a call. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Tim, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Tim, I'm very upset because during the time of COVID, okay, both were not coming to St. Lucia. The entire country was under lockdown during the time of COVID. And the way Alan Chastney handled the COVID, you couldn't ask for more. But the Labour Party were crying, saying to Alan, open up the country. And Tim, they even went further by breaking the law. You remember that very well? When they wanted to have motorcades and the police had to stop them, and RF in front of, I think it was the commissioner, and all kind of thing like that. They went further again, having a match. That was a the Prime Minister in waiting was desperate to get Prime Minister of St. Lucia, and he get it. And he said, we're going to get a hospital. And right now, what Philip J. Pierre is giving St. Lucians, they deserve it. They deserve it. He gave them a building. A building with no beds, no medication, nothing. Huh? That's what St. Lucian deserves. And St. Lucian, every time the man open his mouth and tell you he'll give you all this, he'll give you all that, that is your money. He took 2.5% from us. Health and security. Where these monies he collects, it can finish the hospital. He went as far as Saudi Arabia in the Arab states and borrowed, I think, $201 million. Where did
70, yeah, about 75 million US, yeah. Yes, caller.
Where is money stem? We need this Prime Minister has to account for all these monies, in my opinion, because every time he comes on media and the media house is asking him questions, he dodging it. Only one media house that does really make him feel good, we all know it. And every morning, they always blasting, as though the Prime Minister doing good. The Prime Minister is not doing good, Tim, because if he was doing good, from the time he put that gas $17 and he only took out 50 cents 2 years ago. We paying $16 for a gallon of gas. The crude oil and the whole market is just about $58. Why he not giving us a break in St. Lucia? The man believes St. Lucia is his. That's what the Prime Minister and his cabinet ministers believe. That St. Lucia belongs to him. And I am telling him, St. Lucia is not belong to him. St. Lucia belongs to every citizen of this country. And one thing I have to tell Philip J. Pierre, if you're so comfortable, why you keep changing candidates because they won the election? Why you keep changing them in the various constituencies? And even when they bring the new one to replace the old ones, there's a platform trying to fool St. Lucian. But they fool St. Lucian for 10 years. And they're still trying to fool St. Lucian. But St. Lucians are not stupid. We're going to defeat the St. Lucia Labour Party when he rings the bell. And I am asking him now, do not ring it Sunday. Ring it on Friday instead. For you to see how quick we're going to defeat you in the ballot box. And I'm calling on man, woman, and child to go out there and vote Philip J. Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party out of power. We have a very...
Okay, but caller, the children cannot vote. I only say man, woman, and child. They can't vote. Thank you so much for your contribution. Let's see there if you have another message to go through, Tim. You won't hear from the regional posters. They are all Labour supporters. And let's see if you have another WhatsApp message. The result of this election will be determined by the youth. It is a youth revolution. The young people have been able to determine which political party will best support them in the years to come. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tim.
Hi, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah. I called to rectify something because during the week, I think Monday, I called on NewsSpin because I had to share my views concerning the road from Lewish to Magush. And when I make my call, I talk to you and the rest of the world. They listen, they hear what I say. Somebody that's not the PRO of Kitson She pretend that she's the PRO. As soon as I finish talk to you over the radio, she call and she want to like intimidate me. I play her no mind, so that was all right. But following day, 2 days after, she feel like it wasn't the right thing for her. She want to call my phone personal and want to talk to me and tell me what to say and what not to say about Gibson and whatever. If you are the PRO of Gibson, go and deal with that. You and Gibson deal with that, not me. Because what I was talking about was something that was affecting all of us, mostly the people from Lewis, Mangouj, Ravino, Poleon, Martin, because every day people have the vehicle and they're traveling up and down on that road. And that road is not a good road that you could enjoy when you either driving it up or driving it down. Gibson Kazime, not Gibson, yeah. Gibson is was the potential candidate at one time. Now he's the candidate for the Labour Party right now as we speak. If you wanted to do something for the people of Sozel, and mostly the people of Mangouj, Poleon, Martin, Ravino, you claim that you're wet cobo that day. You know what you would have told to your Prime Minister? Whilst I want to become the candidate and I want to be the people, I represent in the people, one thing I would tell you, that road, the condition of that road is not good enough. Can we fix up that road or patch those holes? Because that road is not a good road for me to travel and go and convince those people to vote for me. I think we need to assist those people by fixing this road. And what I'm saying was something that was true, and it was in the favor of everybody. And I didn't disrespect Gibson. I said the reality. If you wanted to say something to Gibson after I spoke to you over the radio, you should have called Gibson and said, Gibson, that person that speak there, I know his voice. But what he said there makes a lot of sense. You know, we should have really try and see if you could call the Prime Minister or Communication and Works and have them to fix those potholes, because that's very terrible and that's eating up the people's vehicle. We need to fix that. But no, you want to challenge me? But anyway, I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me because I deal with it already. But I family more than it has jamais couillé phone moi encore. Pas même en Wesley pour dire moi ça il dit moi dernière fois because I family more than. But Gibson, I'm calling on you. The same way you have the authority and you could talk to Philippe Jean-Pierre or Minister of Communication and Works, and you all could go and fix up that road from Gayan-Bois coming down to Tetmol. That road, you're fixing it as we speak there. Renault is on it. Parlement, tout bas c'est li right now. If they could have go and spent so much millions of dollars on that road from Balka Gap to Tetmon, I'm not saying that road don't need to fix, but if you could go and fix up that road, that's gonna cost millions, and you have the millions to go and fix that road. That Lewis up to Mangouj Gap, that would have cost only maybe less than 100,000. Why you didn't convince the Prime Minister to fix up that road first? Mais actuellement, on fait tellement, on s'en mettait billboard, and y a plus la camoufle, who in charge? Who in charge ici, who pas in charge chimère? But also, the people of St. Lucia, the people of Sozel is not stupid. We see your signs already, brother man. Your signs is very selfish, and your signs is for yourself alone. If you wanted to do something for the people of Sozel, first thing you'd have do, fix your yard, clean your yard. You'd have tell the Prime Minister that road needs to fix. That road needs to fix. We are the government. The opposition cannot do nothing on that road because he don't have the power with Bradley. We are the government of the day. That road needed to fix. Can you fix up that road for me, please? You'd have said that to the Prime Minister, and the rest of the people in that neighborhood would say, Gibson Koko, nin minister, is a party by Prime Minister, but no, you all don't think like that. You all believe you all have authority in St. Lucia. That you van cette liste qui est back acheter so. Si c'est en les back qui parle, ça dit, il bon, mais des flambeaux qui parlent. Après, ils veulent côtoyer, ils désolé, mais n'a dit, donc on va faire moi dans moi. Ils vont passer à bout de moi, ils vont passer empêcher moi parler. Because it's my right and it's the truth. I have vehicle on the road, I pass in that road every day. Labor passing on that road every day. Flambeau passing on that road every day. The road is terrible. Gibson, you need to fix that road. And I demand that from you. Et pour pas nan choice, ou ni pour manger. Ou ni pour manger. Si vous voulez, coupable, ou ni pour manger. Because the pressure I put on you and the rest of the people, when they understand what I'm saying, they will say, you know what, Mikey say make a lot of sense, and all of them will vote you out because you're opportunist. If you was an opportunist, brother, and you said that you was there for the people of Sozel, first thing you do, you react on that road, because that road, using that road in front of your house, you passing that road every day to go up to your mother's place, your uncle's place, your auntie's place, and all the people you want to convince to vote for you, using that road. If you was an opportunity, you would have seen that road need to fit. And first thing you would do to show the people of Sozel, you there for them, as you said, you would have fixed up that road. So I'm calling upon you. The same way you have the authority and you could convince the Prime Minister and the Minister of Communication and Hope to go and fix up that road from Tetmon to the Balkadiak, you could have told them, before you all do that road is very important for us. Please, I'm asking you, do that. But no, just speak from Jaman Bush, but I'm opening their eyes. I'm telling them something for them to think about before they go and vote for you, or before they give the date of the election, and for you, keep some temps, Genbourg, and by chance. Oui, nous te savons en chance. Si nous te ouais, ça ou te dit, c'est un bail qui est important, ou dit un bagage qu'on fait, nous avons oui. But, one monde toujours d'eau. Les gens qui parlent de vous, écoutez ça, vous avez mais veillez ça, vous avez fait. Ouais, right now, nous sommes Saoudi, mais nous veillons ça, vous avez fait. Réaction, nous, c'est vous voulez venir servir Jean là. Et quand gagne, c'est pas Jean là, vous avez dit. C'est pas Jean là, vous avez supporté. Parce que si vous avez supporté, première fois, quand on politique, ça, seulement, vous avez dit, je ça, ben non. Et puis, moi, je dis, Jean Foisey, pas faire mistake, ça. Flambeau, quand il forme le gouvernement, pas quitter. The United Workers' Party is going to form that government back. We cannot afford to put Bradley out. Bradley have to stay. And Bradley will continue to do what he started for the people of Sozel. I thank you, Tim.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for calling. 452-2979, your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Let's see if you have another call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. You are on the air. Hello. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Hi, Tim.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you, Tim?
I am okay. How about you?
How are you?
I'm all right.
Not so bad. Oh, boy. You are definitely the most monitored and most popular show.
You say you've been trying for 3 days now. My apologies to you, caller. Anyway, go ahead with your contribution.
Yes. Anyway, listen, Tim, I wanted to make my contribution as to the St. Jude situation.
Yes, Doc.
All right. Yes. And I have said, and I said before, that this hospital, St. Jude's, would not be completed within the time that Emma Hippolyte and the Prime Minister said before. Now we see the Prime Minister is coming out and saying that you ask for a building, or in other words, the building is given, but the hospital has to be commissioned.
Okay.
So why didn't the Prime Minister say that before?
Hold on, Doc. What does it take to commission a hospital?
Okay, listen. Team, a hospital is not a warehouse, okay? If you take, for example, one particular section of the hospital, if you have the operating theater, all right, where you do surgery and so on, you have to ensure that the equipment is ready within the operating theater. You have to ensure that it is safe. It is safe to operate. The operating theater has to be within the standard health standards, and protocols of the WHO, or in other words, health standards. So you don't want to have an operating room where when you do surgery, you have faults in the equipment and it is not calibrated properly, and and all of these kinds of things. So it will be a risk for the people working in that department and also for the patient. All right. So in other words, you don't want to be that patient who is supposed to have surgery, let us say, for a cesarean section, and then, certain equipment, they're not working when you go inside of there. If you have given, for example, half an hour to do the cesarean section, that the doctors, the surgeons do not have to be thinking about the equipment not working. All right. So many departments within a hospital, the equipment must be tested, must be at a particular standard so that you can work in that department. All right, because it will be a risk.
That takes what amount of time?
No, well, it's the technical team that would tell you. Okay. You understand me? Mm-hmm. The technical, and this goes not only for the operating room. You also have to do like the X-ray department, the lab. You understand me? So the hospitals are very, very technical things. So, for example, OKEU, like the Prime Minister was saying, it took some time for, and we rushed into OKEU after COVID.
Yeah.
But even after the OKEU was built, you had the Matnikans coming in, not only to train the staff for example, I'm just giving an example, the X-ray department, as to the CT scan, how to calibrate it, how to prepare, you understand me? And also the training, the biotechnical engineer, all of these things, you understand me, to maintain the equipment and to give a proper image, all of these things. So we had the Europeans coming in to train the staff. You had training of ICU staff, different departments. So that was an ongoing process. Years before we entered OKEU. So St. Jude's, you cannot say that you finished the building. People need a hospital so that you can care for the nurses and the doctors and the staff can care for loved ones, people who are sick, people who are vulnerable, people who are on dialysis, people who got heart attacks, people who got stroke, people who got injuries. You need a functioning hospital. Now, that thing has been taken, St. Lucians have been taken for a ride for so long, and especially the people from the South, especially we from the South, because I am from Miku, and we from the South, we have suffered. Many people have suffered because you do not have the adequate conditions, and I think the Prime Minister and the Cabinet should do what is best for this country and let people know the truth. You understand me? You do not rush something just because you want to have a political gain. Because at the end of the day, our people suffer. Because even if you do that, when they go in there, you will still not get the care. You will still not be able, the staff will not be able to serve the public as needed.
So, Doc, what you're suggesting, hold on, Doc, before I go to the other point, what you're suggesting is that the operations will continue, the operations of St. Jude will have to continue for an indefinite period at the George Odlum Stadium?
No. I'm not saying that because, let me tell you something. The true heroes of St. Lucia are these people in the stadium. I worked there from 2009 to 2017, and I'm telling you, I gave up. And I'm telling you, I give my heart out to the staff that continue to. But you cannot continue in the stadium. You cannot. But you have to tell our public that we are, what is going on, that we need time to commission the hospital, that what time it will take. You understand me? We must stop playing politics with the lives of people.
But would it have
Prime Minister,
would it have made a difference if, for example, when the SLP administration
he had said that in the beginning?
Yes,
If
said that
he
in
had
the
said
beginning.
that in the beginning, if he had said that in the beginning, we are trying to do that, and it will take some time to commission the hospital. If the Prime Minister had said that in the beginning, I'm sure many St. Crucians would have understood that. You understand? But you do not try to say, okay, we'll get the hospital in a year, or whatever Hippolyte said that we'll get the hospital. Either she is ignoring the fact that you have to commission the hospital, which I think she knows that you have to commission the hospital, because we have gone through the same thing with OKEU. All right? So that is something she should have known. The hospital is not a warehouse. It is a hospital. And if you have people, if you have the professionals working there, people will be concerned about whether I do surgery in an area that I can be sued tomorrow. And we must remember that people, not only St. Crucians, come to the hospital, you know. We have Europeans coming to the hospital. We have Canadians coming to the hospital. We have Americans coming to the hospital. And these people are used to hospitals that are modernized, okay? That are modernized. So if you say you have a new hospital and you do not, and it's not commissioned and all of these kinds of things, you're putting yourself to be sued and the doctors and the nurses to be sued. All right? So you have to do what is the proper thing and have a proper hospital. Okay? The other point I wanted to make is I have never been for going back to the old hospital, because I remember when we had when the OKU, the EU was being built, and Sir John was looking at putting it in the Victoria Hospital, and when they looked at the electricals and also the plumbing, which was very old and underground, that you would have certain problems, because we remember one particular surgeon got electrocuted whilst doing surgery, okay? And other people had to come in, other doctors had to come in to attend to that doctor which was electrocuted and take over the surgery, all right? So you don't want, and that is why the hospital got burnt, because there were problems. There were problems. It's an old hospital, the electricals and all of these things. Whether we are going to put new and modernized equipment on an old hospital. Now they have done that. But I can assure you that we may have problems. And if you look at, for example, Black River in Jamaica, you see what happened to the hospital? You see what happened to the roof? Because it was not built for hurricane, category 5 hurricane, and so on. Are we building a hospital, or have we rebuilt a hospital that is resilient for hurricanes and earthquake? And remember that we are always getting hurricanes, and now we are getting hurricanes with even a category 5. Okay? So I'm saying, thank God Melissa didn't pass it, because if you see Melissa had passed it, you can imagine what St. Jude's would have looked like. But all of these things we have to take into consideration when we build structures like hospitals with our people who are most vulnerable. Are they protected during the time of hurricanes, during the time of things, and whether it was the best decision for us, okay, and whether we have a hospital that will serve the population in the next 15 to 20 years, all right? Can we say this present St. Jude's will be a hospital of the future, okay? So What the Prime Minister said now about we have a building and it's been commissioned, the Prime Minister should have said we have to have the time to commission the hospital. You understand what I'm saying, team?
Yes, Doc.
But not to give St. Crucians the impression that within a year you are going to do everything. That's impossible. It is just impossible because a hospital is not a warehouse. You have to decommission the different departments, the lab, the X-rays, the scans, the operating theater, neonatal unit, all of these ICU, all of these departments require a lot of equipment. You understand me? Which will be on a system that is heavy. Your electrical system, you understand me? Water system. All of these things. So, and of course, as I said, the standards must be met by the WHO and good standards for healthcare. Because you can create a hazard for yourself if you do not commission properly. Okay? So, the technical team should be telling the Prime Minister that. Okay? And Emma Hippolyte, that particular thing. Okay, Tim?
Okay, Doc.
Now, all right, have a blessed day.
You wanted to say something else?
No. I was just saying that, I see you have other guests like Diana Charles.
Calling the broadcast, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Doc. Thank you so much.
Take care.
You just heard there from Dr. Sylvia Wilson. Easier said than done. This thing about completing that St. Jude Hospital health institution or the building and ensuring that is fit for purpose and to have the staff and also the patients transferred there so that it can become operational and fully functional. So according to what the doc is saying there, the Prime Minister has only provided us with half of the story, and the reality is that long after you have completed the building, you have to take on the other phase, and that is commissioning, which takes a long time. So who knows? We'll go into a general election, and the incoming government will have to work diligently, assiduously, long-term, to ensure that this hospital is commissioned and then for it to become fully operational. So the staff and the patients will have to continue to suffer at the George Odlum Stadium seemingly for an indefinite period. Sad, but that is the reality. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Shop directly from the United States with Smack Freight International. Vehicles, heavy equipment, tools, parts, building materials, commercial equipment, office equipment, furniture, personal goods, home goods, shoes, clothing, restaurant equipment and supplies, uniforms, and so much more. Smack Freight International also offers a broad selection of top quality products with real-time availability and fast delivery. It's simple. Whatever you buy it for less at Smack Freight. Smack Freight is now serving the Caribbean. WhatsApp them today at 1737-409-4048. Once again, WhatsApp them today at 1737-409-4048 or visit their website at smackfreight.com. That is SMAKFREIGHT.com. Still to come, more of your calls, your WhatsApp messages, and we continue our discussion. And how can an election be fair when one man knows the date? The question being asked by a particular individual.
KFC, yo, we back with the vibe. Strips and dip combo, flavor that rise. Free crispy strips, fries on the side. 16-ounce drink, sauce for the ride. Order for 25, deal so nice. Go down and crunchy, can't think twice. Barbecue, honey mustard ranch if you wish. Dip it, dunk it, finger licking bliss. KFC, running flavor. Set the mood, strips and dip is back. Finger licking good.
What if the next drop is the last? St. Lucia is facing longer, more intense dry spells, and our water sources are drying up. And when the rains come, they come harder and faster, damaging our homes and disrupting our water supply. But we can change the outcome. By conserving water and protecting our sources, every small action adds up. WASCO, working in collaboration with the Water Resource Management Agency, is committed to securing our water future. But we need your help. Together, we can protect our water, our health, and our future. One small step can make a big impact. Let's secure our water and secure our future. For more information, visit wascostlucia.com.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Yeah, man. Great job, guys. I love it.
Yeah, man. You see how the place starting to look nice?
Not just nice. This STEP program creates a safer and healthier community for all of us who live in. CIP is doing so many good things in the communities and providing jobs for us. It's a win-win for everyone. I am the I in CIP.
I am the I in CIP. It's about our citizenship by investment program.
KFC, yo, we back with the vibe. Strips and dip combo, flavor that rise. 3 crispy strips, fries on the side. 16-ounce drink, sauce for the ride. Order for 25, deal so nice. Go down and crunchy, can't think twice. Barbecue, honey, mustard ranch if you wish. Dip it, dunk it, finger licking bliss. KFC, running flavor. Set the mood, strips and dip is back. Finger licking good.
Chronic back pain, arthritis, spinal injuries, nerve disorders, even painful cramps. These conditions affect daily life, but you don't have to live with pain. Every day matters when it comes to your health. At La Clinique du Corps, we provide fast, accurate diagnosis with advanced GE-certified MRI technology and internationally recognized specialists. Our focus is safe, effective treatment that restores mobility, relieves pain, and gives you back your quality of life. Call 451-6559 today. 451-6559. La Clinique du Corps, because time is vital in health.
At First National Bank, we believe being first means putting you first. Your first home, we've got the mortgage. Starting your first business, count on our commercial loans. Dreaming of your first car? Drive it home today. Heading to college? Let's fund that first big step with a student loan. No matter the milestone, make First National Bank your first choice for all your loan needs. First in service, first in trust, first for you. Call us at 455-7000 or visit your nearest First National Bank branch today so we can help put you first. First National Bank, here for you.
At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer high-quality products from Martinique, and our ready mix is made with casting sand, not regular pumice. Compared to regular pumice, casting sand saves you in your cement use. At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, our materials come from porcelain stones, which is used as an additive in creating cement. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexar, behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
I am Philip J. Pierre, Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Economic Development and the Youth Economy, and Minister for Justice and National Security. The numbers don't lie. We have delivered. Previously, economic growth had stalled, unemployment was high, and many struggled to find work. Today, St. Lucia has experienced its highest economic growth in years. Unemployment is at historic lows, and investment has surged, totaling over $3 billion. Real growth, real jobs, real prosperity. That's progress you can measure.
If you're working for a while, come by Cuts, I'll make you smile. Cuts Black Friday come around. We are the best prices in town. Black Friday starts now at Cuts. Yeah, it's back. Cuts Black Friday. I tell you, hurry fast. Traffic on the highway. You know we got unbeatable prices. And furniture, electronics, and appliances. Are you coming? Say yeah. Weekly prices. Biggest and best deals of this season. Shop and credit to it big. And pay nothing until next year, January. Rock out and come down to Cuts. Cuts already load. Cuts already load. Black Friday starts. Cuts already load. And go when Black Friday come out.
It's in the feeling in our weak side. It's in the meaning in our spot. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are. Cause the rhythm of life keeps bumping. Together going strong. No matter what, we keep things flowing. Before we will go all in. Our hands up in the sky. Celebrating. Come let your rhythm flow.
Every day, St. Lucian women give everything to their families, communities, and dreams. Yet breast cancer still claims too many lives. Now, St. Lucia is making history. For the first time, state-of-the-art 3D mammography is available right here at home. Donated by the World Bank through the Health Sector Support Program, these advanced machines are a major step forward in universal health coverage, and they're free. Women 40 and older or younger, if at risk, can access this life-saving service. Visit your local wellness center for a referral. Early detection saves lives. Free mammograms, universal coverage. Your wellness center is your first step.
You see the fellas that doing the road curlies up there, that you're only paying for shocks for me, you're only paying for tires for me. So you'll see, you better try and do something about that road thing, Irie. Because at the end of the day, you're only paying for shocks, you're not paying for tire and for people. That, you check it. You're not paying for that. Government people vehicle mash up and different thing. Government not paying people for the shocks and tire. So try and do something about your road. Check it. That over 3 years, guys, since you're doing a road gas up now, you can't finish it, guys. And every man have to be going to work, going someplace, guys, that'll be passing them rough road, guys. You often people tires and thing what? They getting it for free, man, guys, me say. That's why I'm to you, guys. Try and finish that road, guys. Every day somebody have to be driving in that, guys. People shocks smashing up, people tires mashing up and all kind of different things. So I'm to you all, guys, me say.
This was not a paid political advertisement. 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. 716-2026. Let's go through your WhatsApp messages. Somebody says there via WhatsApp. Let me just try and access it. It says there, one man knowing the election date had nothing to do with the election being fair. Witchcraft and OBA practices to retain power, removing and or adding names from and to the electoral lists, engaging in voter fraud. These are some of the things that will render the election unfair. That's according to our WhatsApp message. And let's see, I think we have a call. Good afternoon to you. NewsSpin, you are on the air. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, team. How are you?
I'm okay. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Okay, good. This is Harold Stanislas, United Lucas Party candidate for Soufre Funds and Jack Collin.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you.
Yes, I'm calling team again. We had an incident last night by supporters of the Labour Party regarding my political paraphernalia on polls. They're having some national public meeting tonight in Soufre, and my flags and so on was taken down from some of the polls. And I am making a call, team, to the soon-to-be former parliamentary rep for Soufrière Fons and Jacques, Honorable Emma Hippolyte, and the Prime Minister, who's going to be at the meeting, to call on their supporters to stop these acts of vandalism and these intimidation tactics against the supporters of the United Workers' Party and our paraphernalia. This is very uncalled for, Tim. And in this campaign season, people have to respect each other's political affiliations. People have to be civilized. And I'm also calling on my supporters not to react to what is going on, what is happening with them. When they go as low as they are going, we have to go much higher, Tim. I'm also hoping that at the National Public Meeting in Soufrière tonight, they will be able to shed light to the people of Soufrière on the GPH secret deal, which we've heard about. What is in it for the people of Soufrière, particularly the people of Barons Drive. We also want to hear from them, Tim, regarding the jetties in Soufrière. It's about 1 year and 4 months since we had Hurricane Beryl, and both of those jetties are still in the condition that they were in after Beryl.
Are you there, Mrs. Stanislas? I think we have lost him.
And we are in the news.
Mm-hmm. Continue.
You hear me?
Yes, continue.
We are in the new season.
Mm-hmm.
We have entered the new cruise ship season, Tim. We want to know about the insurance of the jetties. Word on the street is that the insurance monies was paid to GPH. So we want clarification, we want answers from the Prime Minister and the parliamentary rep of Soufrière on those issues. We also want them to give an account on the field representation in Soufrière on some of the important projects which I started during my tenure and they stopped. They have not done anything on them as we speak. And all of a sudden, elections is coming. We are on the 11th hour. It's a rush, breaking down things without any commencement date or anything in an attempt to fool the people of Soufrière from Saint-Jacques. But I want to let the people of Soufrière from Saint-Jacques know that the pain, the suffering, the misery which they've gone through with this parliamentary representative and this government for the past 4.5 years is coming to an end very soon. Because the day of reckoning will be there. The Prime Minister have no choice, but either on Sunday or sometime next week, he has to call these elections. And the people of Soufrière, they have awakened and they have seen the light. They have seen that they were duped with lies, propaganda by the Labour Party. We have a failed parliamentary representative who have not delivered anything substantial for economic, social development, for transformation, progress, and empowerment of the people of Soufrière Fons and Jacques, especially the young people of this constituency, Tim. And when that day of reckoning comes, they are going to make the right decision and they are going to ensure that she goes into retirement and Philippe J. Pierre is removed as Prime Minister on the backs of the people of St. Lucia and Soufrière. I thank you, Tim.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. But let me ask you a question first, because I find it very crass. Yes. I find it crass that people would destroy paraphernalia belonging to political parties, whether it's that of the SLP or the UWP. And I also find it strange that no one is coming out to condemn those acts. I think something needs to be said. Something needs to be said about this, to discourage the supporters of the respective political parties from destroying each other's flags and other paraphernalia.
It's true because remember, Tim, when they did so in April of this year, I called on the Prime Minister who was coming to a town hall meeting in Soufrière. And he stayed silent. He said nothing about it. I called on the parliamentary representative again at the time. She said nothing. And I'm hoping tonight they will come and they will denounce such behaviors, such actions of the supporters and also of supporters in other constituencies so that we can have a free, fair and peaceful elections in this country and our people can go to the polls, exercise their democratic rights and vote for whichever candidate or whichever party they deem fit to run the affairs of their constituencies and of the country.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for calling the broadcast. We just heard there from Mr. Herod Stanislas, who is the United Workers' Party candidate for Soufrière, lost that seat in the last general election by about 65 votes. Let's see if we have another call as we say hello. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Please go ahead with your contribution, caller. Hello?
Yes. Good afternoon. Good
yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Timothy. Good afternoon, Amanda. And good afternoon, St. Lucia.
Good afternoon to you, ma'am.
Timothy, it kind of boggles the mind, really, when I hear some people make utterances, especially when they're in the seat of, say, a prime minister. The prime minister tells us he has a building and he's giving a building to us because that's what he promised, and he did not promise a hospital. And the building has to be commissioned before it can be a hospital. Timothy, a building is commissioned from the very first time that you draw up a plan and a design for your building and you hire a contractor. That's where the commissioning starts, because the design has to be commissioned. When you put your roof, it has to be commissioned. When you put the electrical, it has to be commissioned. When you put the plumbing, it has to be commissioned. All of this has to be commissioned. You can't do it all and then say, well, we're waiting for it to be commissioned. Who's commissioning it at that point? You're going to lift the boards up and check the plumbing? You're going to break the walls and check the electricity? It has to be done as it goes along. That's commissioning. Okay? If the Prime Minister is correct or truthful when he tells us that he has a building ready for us, then all that's left to be commissioned is for him to call in the stakeholders, hospital administrators, the doctors, surgeons, and to do a test run of the equipment that's being placed in the building. Okay? That would be the final commissioning that's left. Make sure everything is running in order. The electrical is good, done properly, so when you turn on your machines, you don't have a problem. The surgeons go into their surgery area, they turn on the lights, they do whatever it is they have to do. It's all running in tandem. That's the only thing that should be left to do if we're talking about commissioning. That generally takes 3 months at most to get done. The Prime Minister has 10 more months before his term is over. But see, what they're not telling us is this. We're never going to get a hospital because St. Jude is about generating money for, well, everybody can guess. Okay? That's all St. Jude has been, a cash cow. And we have no idea where all of that money has gone. Once that building is commissioned, as in running a test with all of the equipment, because he tells us the building is here, the building is there, we have a building. Put in the equipment and run your test. But he can't do that because then he runs into another hurdle, and it's called accreditation. And I suspect he's mixing commissioning with accreditation. He's either doing it erroneously or he's doing it deliberately. I can't tell you. But accreditation is a different problem. Who is going to accredit this building when they have never been a part of what's happening with this building? You can't just put a roof, walls, and call it a hospital. There are certain things that have to be done, and you should be in touch with your accreditation team throughout the process. They have not been doing that. They didn't do it during King's time. They didn't do it during Kenny's time. They didn't do it during Chasney's time, and they have not done it during Pierre's time, which basically translates into Se muna sud peya zot pakai jwen l'hopital la zot supposé joindre. Yo pas qu'à faire, yo pas ça faire. The stadium right now, that can't possibly be accredited. When was the last time an accreditation team came to check on St. Jude? They generally do that every 3 years. We have never heard of anybody coming to check on it. Why can't they come? Because we're probably new too hot. We're too ashamed to bring anybody in to take a look at it. I don't think that hospital is ever going to be done. Because if they were seriously going to do a hospital for us, Timothy, they would have taken what they called the box and they could have embraced it as their own. There's so many ways they could have done this and came out smelling like a rose. These fellas sat back and played politics instead of doing the work of the country. They could have taken the box. They could have changed the color of the cladding on it. They could have decided, well, we're going to change the roof. We're going to make it ours. We're going to call it the Labour Party gave you a hospital. Because that would have been the proper thing to do, because the tiny little houses are not going to cut it. But they didn't do that. But that's what happens when we play in the country's face and we play politics and we do not sit down and we do not do the work of the nation. So we're going to have to sit here and eat humble pie because what you promised, you didn't get done. And you have 10 more months to do it. But you spend the last 3 months waylaying all over the country, getting ready to call the date when you weren't ready to call the date. So take those 10 months and give the people the hospital. You said the building is ready, which means it's commissioned up until the equipment gets placed in it. Put in the equipment, commission that, and give the people the hospital. You have 10 months. 10 months, August. Up till August, you have to get it done. And if you don't do it, the people will have to understand that you have absolutely no intention of doing it, none whatsoever. And that's what's going to have to happen come election. But call it on Monday and see what happens. Because when you play in the people's faces, they come back and they slap you and you're behind. That is what happens. And St. Lucians need to wake up and stop these fellas playing in your faces all the time. Now, we have a situation brewing in Trinidad and Venezuela. We're not far removed from that. This is our region. I have yet to hear from the government on what our plans are for our distribution chains, what our plans are for things coming into the country, what our plans are if this war actually happens. How are we going to deal with the refugees that are going to come to our shores, and they will come? What are we going to do about that? This is about governing a country, and yet, so far I haven't seen any governance. I didn't see it in the last administration. I do not see it in this administration. And the people keep taking it and taking it and taking it, and they really need to open up their eyes. Stop playing colors. Stop playing colors and think about your future. Now, I have to say this. With all this that I've said, nous still publish as Neviesia. Adusa. Thank you.
Okay, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, hi Tim, the theaters and ICU need to have a specialized automated system that monitors the equipment while patients are being operated on or while they are on the ventilators, which may not be available at the new St. Jude Hospital. This will prevent patients, staff, and operators from electrocution and reduce unnecessary risk. There are pre- and post-commissioning. You can commission some aspects of the structures, services, and plant as you implement them, but others after the things are in place. Let us hear from Mr. Alva Baptiste again. Extracted from his contribution he made whilst debating a motion to borrow US $20 million for the St. Jude Hospital. And he's saying basically, how long will the people stay at that stadium? Verbatim, that's what he said.
Now, Mr. Speaker, I end on that note. How long will those people stay at that stadium? Now, Mr. Speaker, I end on that note. How long will those people stay at that stadium?
How long will those people stay at that stadium? And that question posed in the year 2020 by Mr. Alva Baptiste, then sitting on the opposition benches. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Please go ahead with your contribution. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, ma'am. Good
Tim,
afternoon to you.
I want to make this brief contribution to a comment that you a clip that you played by Minister Baptiste. And he said, while in opposition, that for 4 years the United Workers' Party had been in government. And remember, 3 years we can say it was operational government. The other years was just COVID. He said that people were dying and the hospital could not be completed, that this thing was egregious, and he was very, very firm about it. Tim, today, it's over 4 years the St. Lucia Labour Party is in government. Aren't people dying? Or they have become ghosts now? Because it's longer, there is no COVID, and still there is no hospital. What is Minister Baptiste saying? Did he forget that he had said that while in opposition? You see, this is the things that has me flabbergasted by this government. And when I hear Labour supporters coming out and hackling and insulting and calling people all kinds of names, I'm wondering, do those people actually care about their country and the citizens of their country, or are they only concerned with the little pittance that is handed out to them by these in governments, while these guys are living the high rich life that they themselves will never ever experience? I mean, I heard somebody recently in an argument with another person about Cabot, and they have yet to realize, while they're saying, oh, shall stay with them, then give Cabot all your money, yet they will never go with Cabot, with their ministers, while the ministers are drinking caviar and champagne with Cabot. You see, this is how they use those people. And I cannot understand, if the United Workers' Party had done anything like what this Labour Party has been doing in the 4+ years since they're in government, Tim, in 2 years, St. Lucians would be matching to get the United Workers' Party out of power. We cannot have this government in our leading anymore. You can't offer us a building when we had a beautiful construction, and you call it a box, a modern state-of-the-art hospital, but you can go to St. Vincent and praise the Prime Minister of St. Vincent, who has a better hospital than ours. 4+ years, you cannot give us a hospital. You're still now talking about an uncommissioned building. I mean, what is wrong with St. Lucians? Should we allow the St. Lucia Labour Party to come back in and govern this country? We are completely finished. And there are those of us, Tim, that can get out and will live well. But the majority of them will pay the consequences of what they have done. There is no way that we can allow the St. Lucia Labour Party to come back in this country. Only Alan Chasney and right now and his team are the ones with the vision that can give us a modern St. Lucia, that can develop this country for our young people and give these young people an opportunity to have a life and progress in this country, Tim. So, Tim, when they say their things, they must remember the things they said in opposition that we have. And I'm always very proud of Minerva Ward. What she keeps doing is replaying all the things that they did in the past. So St. Lucians cannot say that they don't know or they didn't have information or that UWP was not responding. This young woman is doing so much in bringing back the history for us that we cannot say we are not informed. If you people don't go to the vote and the ballot box and do what's right, you are going to suffer, because Minerva can always go back to Canada. I'm pleading with our people. This joke that has been going on and what they call governance in this country, the disrespect to your intelligence, because intelligence came before books. It is time to make those guys learn a lesson, take a step back, because the jokes and the promises you made in 2021 You cannot do it in now in 4+ years, and then you want to say, what? Give you another 5 years for you to complete what you said you would have done in 2021. No, give Alan Chasney the chance so he has a full term to do what he said he would have done for St. Lucia. Let us see it happen for ourselves. And I personally believe it is not just Alan Chasney, but God is going to remove the evil from this land, because he has taught us a very harsh lesson. Thank you, Tim. Everybody have a good day.
Okay, thank you so much for calling, ma'am. Somebody has asked the question, how can an election be considered fair when one man knows the date? And this question was asked earlier today during the Situation Room by a particular dragon. Let's listen and watch.
And we'll have elections every 4 years, the second Tuesday in November, every 4 years. So it will be a fixed date. No thing. How can an election be fair when one man knows the date? That's not a fair election. And we'll have elections every 4 years, the second Tuesday in November, every 4 years. So it will be a fixed date. No thing. How can an election be fair when one man knows the date? That's not a fair election.
Ben Nathaniel, better known as the Golden Dragon, he was in the Situation Room this morning right here on Power 97.9 FM. By the way, he says he's the leader of the People's Progressive Movement, and that party, the PPM, will be launching its candidates on November the 27th. Now remember, he also promised it would have been done on the 30th of last month. That date has come and gone. Now he's promising that it will take place on November the 27th. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Shop directly from the U.S. with Smack Freight International. Vehicles, heavy equipment, tools, parts, building materials, commercial equipment, office equipment, furniture, personal goods, home goods, shoes, clothing, restaurant equipment and supplies, uniforms, and so much more. Smack Freight International also offers a broad selection of top quality products with real-time availability and fast delivery. It is simple. Whatever you buy, buy it for less at Smack Freight. Smack Freight is now serving the Caribbean. WhatsApp them today at 1737-409-4048. Once again, WhatsApp them today at 1737-409-4048 or visit their website at smackfreight.com. That is SMAKFREIGHT.com. Still to come, the NewsSpin question of the day, as well as the NewsSpin news of the day.
The UWP St. Lucian Diaspora in Toronto invites you to a town hall meeting happening on Friday, November 7th from 6 p.m. The Honorable Alan Chasney invites you to a very important meeting to discuss the UWP's vision and plans for a better St. Lucia. This town hall meeting is taking place at the Grand Ravine Recreation Community Center, 23 Grand Ravine Drive, North York, Ontario. Join the UWP St. Lucian Diaspora in Toronto for this important town hall meeting this Friday, November 7th from 6 p.m. Let's all come together to right the wrong.
If you're working for a while, come by Cots, I'll make you smile. Cots Black Friday come around. We are the best prices in town. Black Friday starts now at Cots. Yeah, it's back. Cots Black Friday. I tell you, hurry fast. Traffic on the highway. You know we got unbeatable prices. And furniture, electronics, and appliances. Are you coming? Say yeah. Weekly prices. Biggest and best deals of this season. Shop and credit to it big. And pay nothing until next year, January. Clock out and come down to Coats. Cots already load. Cots already load. Black Friday start. Cots already load. And go when Black Friday come out.
Lucilec averti ou pour point précaution durant saison cyclone salan. Mi an ti commission qui kaywen de ou protéger la vie ou ek propriétaire ou. Kouye Lucilec avant ou trim et ben couper pied bois qui pouet ligne électrique. Veillez pour ligne courant électrique avant ou monter l'échelle. Fait assurer l'échelle, scaffold et bout d'outils ou ka servi pa vini mwes ki 10 pieds hod ligne courant électrique. Pa jamais servi appliance et ben zouti qui ka servi courant électrique. Des wor côté qui mouillé et ben en la pli. Ça c'était en commission hod l'oscillé.
Tired of sky-high bills and a planet on the brink? It's time to go green without burning your pockets. At First National Bank, we are here to make saving the planet affordable. Whether you're installing solar panels, purchasing a water tank, upgrading to an inverter AC, or buying a hybrid vehicle, we've got the green to help you go green. Fast approval, low interest rates, and Mother Nature approved. Your future self will thank you. Visit firstnationalbankonline.com or call 455-7000 for more information to help you turn your green dreams into clean realities. First National Bank, here for you.
KFC, yo, we back with the vibe. Strips and dip combo, flavor that rise. 3 crispy strips, fries on the side. 16-ounce drink, sauce for the ride. Order for 25, deal so nice. Good and crunchy, can't think twice. Barbecue, honey, mustard ranch if you wish. Dip it, dunk it, finger licking bliss. KFC, brand new flavor. Set the mood, strips and dip is back. Finger licking good.
I am Ernest Hilaire, Minister for Tourism, Investment, Culture, Creative Industries, and Information. St. Lucia has entered a new chapter, one of record-breaking growth, community empowerment, and sustainable tourism. Just a few years ago, our tourism sector was facing unprecedented challenges, but we saw an opportunity and we took it. Today, we are proud of what we've achieved. We are breaking records. Over 450,000 stay-over arrivals, over 829 cruise passenger arrivals, thousands of hotel rooms being constructed, over 25 community projects launched across St. Lucia. We are making progress. We are transforming the tourism industry. We are putting St. Lucians first. And for us, it is important that our people participate more in the tourism industry. It's important that our people start owning the tourism industry. We are delivering as we promise. From vibrant carnival expressions to authentic community experiences, we are not just growing, we are growing together.
Chronic back pain, arthritis, spinal injuries, nerve disorders, even painful cramps. These conditions affect daily life, but you don't have to live with pain. Every day matters when it comes to your health. At La Clinique du Corps, we provide fast, accurate diagnosis with advanced GE-certified MRI technology and internationally recognized specialists. Our focus is safe, effective treatment that restores mobility, relieves pain, and gives you back your quality of life. Call 451-6559 today. 451-6559. La Clinique du Corps, because time is vital in health.
Are you building, renovating, or just looking to add something to your property? Then look no further. The Block Factory has all your concrete product needs in stock. From 4-inch to 12-inch concrete blocks to high-quality concrete pavers at an affordable price. Whether your project is big or small, we're ready to serve you. Visit us today on the Cul-de-sac Bextor Highway, right at the entrance of Farron, next to the Stone Surgeon. Top quality blocks await you. Call us at 720-6752. The Block Factory, building your future one block at a time.
Need branded apparel that looks sharp and shows up on time? Welcome to Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts. We specialize in custom embroidery and t-shirt printing for businesses, teams, events, you name it. From embroidered logos on polished Oxford shirts, available in a variety of colors for men and women, to bold, high-quality printed tees that turn heads, we do it all. Bring your own shirts or choose from ours. Small runs, big orders, rush jobs, no problem. At Imprinted Designs, we're built for speed, efficiency, and clean professional results delivered on time, every time. So if you want your brand to stand out, not wait around, Come down to Imprinted Designs at the Valmore Plaza or hit us up at 451-2920 or email address imprinteddesignsSLU@gmail.com. Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts.
1, 2, 3.
Hello, St. Lucia. I am Ezra the Fun Machine, and I'm inviting all proud and patriotic St. Lucians to the St. Lucia Taiwan Partnership Trade Show happening at the Pavilion on Rodney Bay from the 7th to the 9th of November 2025. Let me tell you, the best and brightest entrepreneurs will showcase their talent and creativity, so you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a vibe. Hey, there'll be a cooking competition, karaoke, and a fashion show by Rafferty. On Friday, November 7th, yours truly, Ezra the Fun Machine, I'll be in the building performing live. And on Saturday and Sunday, entertainment will be provided by the Impulse Band. Come celebrate our brilliant entrepreneurs at the 18th St. Lucia Taiwan Partnership Trade Show, November 7th to the 9th. Opening time 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily at the Pavilion in Rodney Bay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
Helping the single mothers, those who are unable to take care of themselves, give them the support that
they have been backing up their work, so it's good.
Improvement on elderly care.
My government is working, and nobody cannot move my government there.
Well, as a nice worker, I'm feeling great.
They are so thankful to be permanent, to have a job that they can rely on. They can go to the bank. You don't have their business done.
All the time Shasney was there, $200. Shasney was giving it. As Pierre comes, Pierre put them $500.
Now we can go to a bank and take any loan.
All them UWP fellas that are getting all the benefits. You, a typical UWP. You're getting 2 something a month in pension. They put it 500. I lived in London for 20 years.
So we need someone who can actually relate, who is relatable. Shashna is not.
And I would say to you that this government, I have not seen any better governance in this country in a long time.
The government is working very well.
Let me tell you, the man is working. The man is working. Seriously, the man is working. You just call him. You just call Mr. Edward, and then Mr. Edward just say, okay, give me whatever, or send me this, send me that, and it's working. It is. I'm really, really, really happy. I'm satisfied.
My government is working for me, and my rep, Mr. Alva, is working for me.
Employé et puis nice, et puis mon côté ça bien. I tell you, I have to walk with 2 pairs of shoes. When I get to the main road, I change, I wet my feet, I put my shoes. But now it's just step. Here our road was so bad, and now look at our roads. Every single place you pass, we don't step in mud anymore.
And it was high time that we had something good to say. That the minimum wage came out, and I love it for St. Lucia.
Well, if you've been in the land for 30 years, you can get a title of it if the government allows you to do that and stuff like that. The government is working, and I'm satisfied. This is a great policy with a capital G.
The government is working.
There's a lot of youths around here wasn't working. Everybody going to work now.
Everything better, money flowing, right? Everything better.
My government working. If somebody not seeing that this government is doing well, is somebody that probably have a wooden glasses.
We stand with Mr. Pierre, and my choice is clear.
This was a paid political advertisement.
C'est traditionnel, nous fêlés, c'est traditionnel. Maison nous bien décorée, c'est traditionnel, nous fêlés, c'est traditionnel.
Pele's Traditionnel leads straight into our NewsSpin question of the day. If St. Lucia's poll is called in December, how will the outcome affect your Christmas celebrations? If St. Lucia's poll is called in December, how will the outcome affect your Christmas celebrations? So imagine, poll is called and your party loses. I could assure you, those of you who have so much invested in the outcome of that poll will not enjoy your ham, will not enjoy your turkey, and even if you chew it, you'll not be able to swallow because of the pain that you'll be going through, emotionally and otherwise. I mean, so many people have so much invested in that election and the outcome. Anyway, here is Pele again as we ask the question, if St. Lucia's poll is called in December, how will the outcome affect your Christmas celebrations?
C'est traditionnel, nous fêlés, c'est traditionnel. Maison nous bien décorée, c'est traditionnel, nous fêlés, c'est traditionnel.
Respective, I could assure you, I will be enjoying my Christmas. Rest assured, I will be. Because December 20th is my birthday and the 25th is Christmas. So whether you have a Flobo administration or whether you have an SLP administration, it does not matter for me at all. We'll take a final call on the line. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Hi, Timothy.
Hi, good afternoon to you. I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Yes. Timothy, I'm just hearing that your birthday is 4 days before mine.
Yes, my birthday is on the 20th. So you are the 20. You are when? You are on the 24th.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Imagine that. I would have never thought that.
Yes.
Timothy, I want to weigh in on, by the way, people, this is Laura Jeffinwell, endorsed candidate to the United Workers' Party for Labrie and Auger. List anybody, mistakes my voice for anybody else. In recent times, Timothy, we've been seeing a troubling shift in the way politics is practiced in our country. What should be a noble contest of ideas and vision has too often become a marketplace of handouts and favors. And let me tell you something, on Sunday last week, Sunday past, that was so evident in my constituency, it's not even funny. And that is not democracy. That is transactional campaigning. Democracy is meant to empower people through trust, participation, and shared purpose. Transactional politics, on the other hand, thrives on dependency. I don't know how much we must tell people, your vote is your voice. You should not be selling it cheaply. You should not be selling it at all. You are not cattle. You are not slaves. Why are you being bought? It reduces the sacred act of voting to a simple trade. Your ballot for a benefit, your conscience for a contract, your loyalty for a load of materials. When votes are bought, voices are silenced. When communities are bribed, development is stalled. And when politics becomes about what people can get today instead of what we can build together, the entire nation suffers. That practice is not only unethical, Timothy, it is dangerous. It erodes institutions, it weakens our civic responsibility, and it undermines equality. The more we normalize it, the more we destroy the foundation of real democracy. Earlier, you were talking about the Prime Minister. We had a lot of callers talking about how the Prime Minister informed us that he never promised a hospital for St. Jude. He never promised to deliver St. Jude as a hospital and only as a building. And that he is simply delivering what he said he would, a building. Yet there is physical evidence to tell another story. What was publicly promoted as a new functional health facility is now turning out to be little more than a shell dressed up for political theater. This is exactly what transactional politics looks like. Empty promises packaged as progress while the people are left to make do with less than what they deserve. I believe as a nation, we must decide what kind of politics we will accept. Do we continue to live in a system where the powerful dictate outcomes through token gestures, or do we reclaim democracy as a space where ideas, integrity, and real results determine leadership? I believe St. Lucians are ready for better. We are ready for a politics that is earned, not bought, one that builds dignity, not dependency. Remember, people, democracy asks, what can we build together? Transactional politics asks, what can I get right now? When you ask what I can get right now, you are bought, you are not cattle, you are not slaves. So therefore, the choice should be clear before us. One path leads to national growth, and the other leads to national decay. So let us restore honesty, accountability, and trust to public life and build a future that reflects the true strengths of our people. At this point, Timothy, with your permission, I would like to invite all residents of Auger and surrounding communities to join me tonight at 6 p.m. at Big Up's Place in Auger for an open community meeting as we discuss the facts, the future, and the way forward for Labrie and Auger. My special guests will be our deputy leaders, Dominic Fede and Guy Joseph. Thank you so much, Timothy, for listening to me and affording me the time.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling. And don't forget to join me this evening, 7 o'clock in the first instance for the DBS News World, 8:30 Newsmaker Live. My guest will be the president of the Police Welfare Association, Mr. Cameron Law. So Mr. Cameron Law will be on Newsmaker Live this evening, 8:30. He is the president of the Police Welfare Association. We certainly will have a lot to talk about. Don't forget, once again, to like the NewsSpin YouTube channel, like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the notification bell, and that is to help the channel grow. Finally, from us, the NewsSpin news of the day. It reads, Jamaica sees 30% GDP hit from Hurricane Melissa, which resulted in 75 people losing their lives. Once again, Jamaica sees 30% GDP hit from Hurricane Melissa, at least 75 dead in the Caribbean. That's the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. My name is Timothy Poleon. Goodbye.